Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Accounting Nightmare. Welcome Tag, welcome Golda Rhythm, welcome. Should you be ornery or no? Well, what's it about? Just fixing my windows. Okay. Oh, I did a bunch of stuff today and I am exhausted. I could have a nap. Just say yes or no? Yes, always. Hey, thank you for gifting a sub, Golda. Thank you very much, and congrats on your sub. Aw, thank you, I appreciate that. Just that. Yeah, I could have a nap. Or we could play more Hildibrand. Hildibrand's pretty good. We're going to do some Hildibrand. Yeah, we have one episode left of the Realm Reborn Hildibrand quest, so we're going to do that. I've been loving those quests. Where did that end off? Where did that end off? Was it over in Uldar? I think it was Uldar. Hey Silicon, how are ya? Welcome. Gonna finish up the first Hildibrand story arc. I've been loving the Hildibrand quests, they're so good. And was it in the Colosseum maybe? I gotta remember where the quest left off. I think it was the Colosseum. Gladiator. There we go. Ellie! Alright, we're still on the trail of the Phantom Thief. Shades of Sildi. A shocking new turn in the Phantom Thief case. I was wondering when you'd show up, Mel-chan. I hope you haven't had any plans for I hope you haven't made any plans for the night, because we've got a situation on our hands. Remember our good friend the Phantom Thief? Well, it seems he's decided to branch out from burglary to cold-blooded murder. Ooh. If the rumours are to be believed, he's claimed 3 victims already, all influential members of Uldan society. Mr. Many Faces has been kind enough to leave one of his signature calling cards at every scene, leaving no doubt as to the identity of the murderer. The message is always the same. The weight of 5 corpses will bring the scales of justice to balance. More riddles. Not that you'll hear me complaining. No, the only thing my readers like more than a good mystery is a good murder mystery. Ever since the story broke, the Mithril Eye's been selling like Pond's cakes. The only rub is that it's left me no time to look into the thief's last message. Until now, that is. Shall we, Mel-chan? The hidden treasure of Uldar, was it? If there's anyone who can shed some light on this, it's you-know-who. To Sunsilk Tapestries. Hey, Walken. Big chilling, did almost nothing today, pretty happy about it. Hey, that's fine. You need to take time to relax. Need time for yourself. Important. You're a Mandeville man, doing what only a Mandeville can. From the peaks of Korthus to Thanalan, Mandeville man. Luckily the good inspector didn't meet a fiery demise and added to the kill count, yes. Sunsilk Tapestries, that was out here, wasn't it? Yeah. There. Alright, take the aetheryte. This quest line has been so entertaining so far. A real treasure. Speak with Wymond. This guy's in the know about everything. Well now, if it ain't my favourite venturer, and my favourite Mithril Eye report along with her. Tell me, what have I done to deserve the pleasure of your company today? I see. As much as I'd like to help two lovely ladies, I'm afraid you've found old Wymond at a loss. Uldar has more than its fair share of treasures, hidden and otherwise. I reckon our phantom friend could be after just about any of them. I can tell you this much though. Whatever the thief's got his eyes on, it's got the Sultan sworn in a right dither. Word has it they've formed a regiment of their best and brightest to safeguard the royal vaults from this very threat. The Sultan sworn aren't like to be forthcoming with information, but it's the only lead we've got. Come on, Melchan. I'd say it's time we paid a visit to the heart of the sworn. Oi, hold up there, Ellie. I ain't generally the worrying type, but you may want to think twice before getting yourselves involved in this. A man in my business develops a nose for danger, and this time, the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie, and a fine one at that. Don't put that pretty neck of yours at risk trying to play hero. Your concern is touching, but I can assure you that I am ready for whatever dangers lie ahead. Besides, being a reporter is about more than selling papers. I have a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to the people. Come, Melchan. Time is of the essence. Confidence. I like that in a woman. Any road, it's not my place to stop you, so just promise me you'll be careful. My gut tells me that trouble's a brewing, and my gut's right more often than wrong. Alright. Information at Scholar's Walk. Down here, okay? Some of the best music. Nighttime Uldar. Oh, it's up. Oh, okay, it's at the Alchemist Guild. Aetheryte. Well, let's take the Aetheryte. Since you said yes to you being ornery, you get to be cryptic and say, I wonder how long it'll take her to notice. Hmm. Oh, you have a sub. Oh, that's cool. Thanks for subbing, Tag. Thank you. Over here. Ah, it's Humphrey again. Where have I seen this man before? Halt! Only authorised personnel are allowed in. Thul bugger me with a broadsword. It's the Gentleman of Light's adventuring companion, and that catty but cute reporter from the Mithril Eye. Well, well, if it isn't the self-styled Warrior of Light. Tell me, what tall tales did you spin to the Sultan's sworn recruiter to land yourself in this position? Only the 12's honest truth, miss. Seeing that Gentleman of Light standing tall and triumphant that day, it moved me, to the depths of me soul, like. I vowed to put aside my sketchy past, and serve the realm, just like my hero, Master Hildibrand. The Sultan's sworn were impressed with my commitment and my sword arm, and they gladly welcomed me into their ranks. Wait, don't tell me. You've come to assist Master Hildibrand in his investigation, haven't you? Oh, why didn't you say sooner? It's the least I could do to help the two ladies who united me with my role model. You'll be wanting to speak with Phyllis. She's one of the sworn's best, and something of a history buff, it'd seem. When she heard the thief was targeting the 4 relics of Palladia, she personally stepped forward and volunteered to lead the investigation. If anyone has the information you're looking for, it'd be her. Wait here while I get her. I can trust you not to touch anything, aye? A pleasure to meet you, Phyllis. My name is Ellie, from the Mithril Eye. As you may have heard, we're researching the Phantom Thief case, and would appreciate any information that may shed light on recent events. The pleasure is mine, Miss Ellie, and if I'm not mistaken, that would make your companion friend here one Melchan, yes? Nod. You know Melchan? As any regular reader of the Mithril I would. I must confess to being something of an unabashed fan of your work. Though it hardly befits my station to say this, I was secretly hoping that you would show up to assist in the investigation. Doubtless the Inspector, too, will also welcome a helping hand. The Sultan Sworn, the elite of Uldar's elite. I can only hope they prove more competent than the bungling mercenaries I've dealt with thus far. Inspector Brydean, always one step ahead of us? Miss Ellie, Melchan, a moment if you would. Right there, very good. Now face me and don't move an ilm. What? Taking a photo? Inspector? What is that in your... The masking dust. Ah, okay. A formula of my own devising that will allow us to see right through the thief's disguises. Analysing the mask left behind at Vesper Bay, I was able to identify its composition and synthesise a counter-agent that would dissolve the disguise, whilst leaving the wearer's face intact. The wearer's face intact. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be. Brilliant, Inspector! The phantom thieves pulled the wool over our eyes for the last time. I fear it wouldn't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even with the entire resources of the Sultan Sworn at our disposal, we were only able to produce a limited supply. I see. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. That said, have you been able to identify the thief's next target? A hidden treasure of Uldar, the last of the 4 lost relics of Balladia. I fear not. I've pored through the histories time and again, but the only mention of these 4 relics is a vague reference in an old prophecy. Most serious scholars consider it little more than a fairy tale. When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend, in the righteous glare. The legend goes on to describe 4 sacred artifacts, one each possessed by these 4 Balladian heroes, but makes no mention as to their appearance or nature. 3 times we have tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times has he foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only play to the feed's strengths. All artifacts of Balladian origin have been sealed within the royal vault, and a regiment of our finest assigned to its protection. I have furnished all the guards with a supply of demasking dust, and instructed them to be on the lookout for any suspicious personages. A blackguard will be in chains before he can lay a dirty hand on the vault doors, let alone the treasures within. You have our word, lady. But there are even more disturbing matters at hand. Doubtless you have heard of the recent rash of murders perpetrated by our quarry. The Sultan Sworn have launched an investigation, but the truth of the matter is that we have been far too occupied with the defence of the vault to make any meaningful progress. We would be most grateful for any assistance you could offer. A lady asks, and a gentleman answers. You can tell who that was. AKA powdered glamour dispellers. Ah, yep. Use it on an endgame player and watch their epic paladin armor turn into a clown suit. Cast all worry from your heart, milady. Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring the wicked to justice. And this must be the demasking dust that is the talk of the palace. Ah, but you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be. A shame that... Inspector Hildibrand, we were not expecting you, but your services are most welcome. I will share all I know about the recent murders. The killer has claimed 3 victims thus far, the head of a publishing consortium, a high-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Other than that, they were all influential figures in their respective circles. We can identify no common threads connecting the 3. Oh, this will prove a most satisfying case to crack indeed. And what of the method of killing? Conked over the head with a cudgel? Gutted with a great sword? Strangled with a subligar, mayhap? I'm afraid that we've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderer plots the deaths of 2 more even as we speak. We must take action, and quickly. Understood, my lady. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm-renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I will see this burglar turned butcher delivered to justice. Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildibrand. Friends, please take this demasking dust with you. I fear we can spare but a single sachet, but I trust you will put it to good use. We got murders. The gentleman of light in the flesh! Hells, he's every bit of as muscular and majestic as I remembered. On behalf of the Sultan sworn, your assistance with the murder investigation is greatly appreciated. Leave the defence of the royal vault to us. He may have 1,000 faces, but with Inspector Bryadian's demasking dust, the masquerade will soon be over. Come to accompany me on yet another case, friend. I like your gusto, but if you are auditioning to be my assistant, I fear that role has already been filled most ably. Still, a gentleman welcomes the support of all of his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly, Melchan, my ever-loyal associate. And now, my ever-loyal associate... Oh, that's what he said before, isn't it? Ever-loyal? Yeah. The investigation calls. I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at which the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning about the palace has revealed that the scholar's body was found not far from the 80 Sins of Susamo. Even the most circumspect of criminals cannot help but leave behind clues. Clues that will not elude my gaze. Friends, let us be off. Pray alert me should you see anyone suspicious, my ever-loyal associate. We must put Miss Phyllis's demasking dust to good use. Alright. The 80 Sins of Susamo. Where was that? Oh, that's just outside the gates. Western Thanalan. Can I drink some water? Okay. Oh yes, I got a cool horse last night. It's a very shiny flying horse. It's from a boss we haven't fought on stream yet. It plays the boss's music though, that's pretty cool. I also got Xanthos, which is from Garuda Extreme. Come in, please. Yeah. And I got Olfaxy, which is from Titan Extreme. Ponies, yeah. My little group of friends did some farming last night. It was really fun. We enjoyed it. And I bought this from the current event vendor. It's from a boss that I won't be fighting in a very long time because it's from a more recent expansion, I think. It's pretty though. Pretty green wolfie. There's a couple other wolfies as well. I'm going to farm up the currency to buy. I mean, they're wolfies. Wolfies are awesome. I know. I have a shiny green wolfie. You know what? Let's make that my current mount. There we go. Poppy here. Some cool mounts. Okay. Flowers. How intriguing. Flowers? Yes, it is all becoming clear now. Our phantom killer is a florist, who, in his hurry to escape, carelessly mislaid his wares. So, who's this? Just what do you think you're doing, eh? Eh? I'm the one what put those flowers there, eh? To honour the memory of me poor boy. You dare defile his memory, eh? Eh? 1,000 pardons, my lady. Please accept my most sincere condolences on your loss. I am Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. I swear to you, on my own dear mother's name, that your son's killer will be brought to justice. As I was saying, these flowers were clearly placed here by the family of the deceased, which can only mean... Leave this place. Run away while you still can. Run far, far away. Run, or he'll turn you into a zombie. Just like my poor, poor boy. Zombie. A living person turned into a zombie. Nonsense. Not nonsense, my boy. History. Or have you not heard of the horrors of Sildie? Aye, Uldar's sibling nation, against which we waged war centuries ago. I haven't heard of Sildie. Interesting. Much blood was shed by both sides, but I speak of far greater horrors than death, an unholy drought brewed by a Sildin alchemist, one with the power to turn the living to the undead, that his nation might command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers, the traitors spurn. They turned my poor boy into a heap of rotten flesh and ran him through. But you won't hear that from the Sultan sworn. Thor alone knows why. But they whisked the body away before I could so much as pay me last respects. The traitors spurn. I'd heard the stories, but I never thought them true. To be able to procure such a frightening thing, just who are we dealing with here? A Sildin, I'm sure of it. Aye, only a Sildin would know the recipe. But the last remnants of Sildin died 4 centuries ago, you say? Oh, they did. They did. He calls himself the Phantom Thief, he does. But did it ever occur to you that he might be an honest-to-God's phantom? Heard the tales from my own great-great-grandma, I did, about the 4 relics of Belladia and the powers they hold, the power to exact justice. A spectre of Sildie has returned to wreak vengeance upon us. Woe, woe unto us all! Have the 4 warriors of light forsaken us? My dear boy, if only you'd become a trader like your father. If only you'd kept your nose out of those history books, and never so much breathed the accursed name of Sildie. But you did, and now we're doomed. Doomed! This has taken a turn. Well. I love that. That's his thinking pose. The finger up. That bleeding horseland's here somewhere. I can feel it in me follicles. Oh, this guy. The most potent air tonic the realm has seen. Aye, that it was. For all of a fortnight, afore my flowing locks fell out all over again. And just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass at the quicksand, just to twist the knife an extra ilm. Mountebank, charlatan, I'll find that so-called inspector and his sorry band, and pull every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls. Oh dear. He had such beautiful hair. And it fell out. Shades from Sildy. Living men turned to zombies. The old crone's lost not just her son, but her wits as well. Hildibrand is onto something, or at least he thinks he is. It's all becoming clear to me now. That dear old woman's testimony has confirmed that which I had suspected from the start. Like a zombie picking away at its rotting flesh, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within. Ew. Open your ears and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Ahem. Our phantom thief is a phantom indeed, a wayward spirit, caught between the realm of the living and dead for nigh on centuries, since meeting a tragic end on the battlefield. As such, our course of action is clear. We must placate this tortured soul, that it might abandon its vengeful vendetta, and travel to the next life in peace. But what is the true nature of the spectre's grievances? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage its rancour. Let us begin our search at the Thaumaturge's Guild. Doubtless the tomes there contain a wealth of knowledge on the ill blood between the sibling nations. Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of Sildy might serve us well. Go research as you will, and do take as much time as you need. You can count on me, Inspector Brydian. Whatever knowledge is to be gleaned at the guild, it shall not escape my inspector's eye. I'd be much obliged if you could keep him out of my way, Melchan. I have some real investigating to do, and would prefer to be free of distractions. Well, yeah, alright, off to the Thaumaturge's Guild. Every time you step away for a moment, you look at closed captions to hopefully catch what you just missed, but end up even more confused. Aww. Oh. Well, we're, apparently this all has something to do... this one? Okay. All has something to do with an old nation called Sildy that was wiped out in a war with Ulda. And some people think the Phantom Thief might be an actual ghost. Just grabbing my blanket. Getting a little bit colder. Ow. Oh yeah, there won't be any cat alarm today. I fed the cat before starting the stream. Just because I started the stream later than usual. Okay. Gods be good! You're the adventurer who saved me back at the ruins. Naneko. Who was Naneko? Back at the ruins. I'm sorry, I don't remember you. Researching the ancient feud between Uldar and Sildi, are you? Why, I'm pleased to say I have more than a passing familiarity with ancient history. To understand the history of the sibling nations, one must go back further still, to the birth of their mother nation, Belladia. The fifth astral era was an age of untold wonders, when the arcane arts burgeoned and the great civilizations that commanded such powers flourished. This age of enlightenment would not last, however. Power bred avarice, and avarice bred resentment. It culminated in the War of the Magi, which brought the great floods of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, which in turn swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake. Yeah, we learned a little bit about the War of the Magi in the White Mage questline, which I should show on stream at some point. Mages were reviled and persecuted for having caused this catastrophe, with many forced to leave their homelands or face death. It was a small band of those survivors that found their way to Thanalan, where they would found the nation of Belladia some 8 centuries agone. Imagine a government of mages, by mages, and for mages. What wonders might have been wrought had Belladian civilization survived to this very day. Alas, this was not to be. Lore, yes. The lore in this game's really good. It's all very well thought out. They say that the thief of many faces is collecting the 4 relics of ancient Belladia. Do you suppose he'd be kind enough to show them to me when he's done? Even a cursory glance at them would do wonders for my research. Alright, we're collecting info. You don't say. It's not every day that someone comes to our halls to research Sildi. As a fellow student of history, though, I more than welcome the conversation. Belladian civilization flourished in relative peace until twin sons were born to the royal family. The two were fierce rivals, and when they came of age and their father passed, each one claimed that he was the rightful heir to the throne. With neither son willing to relinquish his claim, they agreed to split their kingdom in 2, forming the twin nations of Uldar and Sildi. But not unlike the 2 proud princes, the sibling nations developed a penchant for rivalry. If Belladian civilization had flourished to this day, what wonders might have been achieved? But there is little to be gained from lamenting the past. Hildibrand! Knowledge is power, and surely our thaumaturge friends have a wealth of knowledge on the feud between Uldar and Sildi. Let us begin our inquiry. Greetings, traveller. You would learn of the war between Uldar and the fallen Sultanate of Sildi? It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. The 2 city-states coexisted for several generations, until the bad blood between them boiled over, culminating in outright war. As you might deduce from the present state of affairs, Uldar emerged victorious, leaving its once proud sibling nation in smouldering ruins. As the histories tell it, the battles fought between the sister nations were the stuff of nightmares. In a desperate attempt to overcome Uldar's superior numbers, Sildian alchemists devised a most horrific stratagem, employing a frightful formula known as the Trader's Spurn. They brought their fallen warriors back as undead soldiers. I bet that's got something to do with Dark Knights, maybe. Some theories have it that they even employed the potion on those of the living who were too weak or wounded to fight. Sends shivers up the spine just thinking about it, no? It is truly a crowning glory of our fair nation that our forebears were able to emerge victorious against these horrors. Jeez. Sure, a government of mages would be great. Wizards are well known for their sense of right and wrong. Well, it's probably better than our government at the moment. The mere thought of a nation turning its own citizens into mindless zombies. While I am loath to speak ill of the fallen, I can only conclude that the prospect of losing the war drove the Sildans stark staring mad. Where's this last one? Ah, the Guildmaster. Mil-Chen, don't surprise me like that. What's this? You're here not for your studies, but to learn of the bad blood between Uldar and Sildi. I've started the Thaumaturge questline, but I haven't done much in it yet. Yeah, Black Mage is one of the few classes I haven't leveled yet. I'm going to level it soon though. It looks really good. 2 scales, one of gold and one of silver. The gold of Uldar, weighing prosperity and power. The silver of Sildi, weighing knowledge and power. But the power sought by the 2 nations differed greatly. Yes, greatly indeed. The power wrought by Uldan prosperity was that of justice and good, while the power wrought by Sildin knowledge was horrific beyond belief. The power to rip the living soul out of a man and render him a mindless killing machine. On this matter, the histories are clear. But riddle me this, my friend. Who writes the histories? And what does this say of the words writ within? Yeah, written by the victors. Yes, truth can be elusive and fickle, as the shifting sands. As one example, did you know that in the war against Sildi, Uldan and Amalja warriors fought side by side? Likely you did not, and neither did I, until I encountered a faded passage in an ancient text buried deep in our archives. And yet, in the histories read by the populace, you will see no mention of this most fascinating fact. Might it be that someone, at some time, deemed this particular truth less than convenient? But I have said enough already. Read well the histories, but never forget who it is that writes them. That is my advice to you. That is very, very good advice. Hey there, Noro, how are ya? All the attack mages but red have complicated mechanics. Yeah, I've leveled Summoner and, well, I mean, it's only like level 50, but there's a lot of buttons. There's so many buttons. I've got 2 dots, a button that spreads the dots, 2 different versions of Ruin depending on if I need an instant cast, yeah, energy drain, and then I've got an AoE version of energy drain instead I can use, and then I spend energy drain on Fester. I have to have my dots up before I do that though, because then it does more damage, and my pet has 3 different abilities to keep on cooldown that are all off the GCD. And 2 of them have 2 charges. Oh, and there's 3 different pets which have different abilities. Summoner's complex. Very complex. I like it. 50 is when it's the least complicated. Let's have a little squiz. Yeah, I see that it gets some abilities regarding Bahamut, which sounds super fun. Try disaster. Now that's a good word. Afflicts target with Bio 2 and Miasma. Oh, that's cool. Something that just puts both dots on something. Dreadworm Trance. Reduces casting time by 2.5 seconds. Resets Try Disaster casting time. That's cool. Aether Pact. Orders pet to execute Devotion. Increases damage dealt. Oh, okay. Cool. That's a group-wide damage buff. That's cool. Unaspected damage to target and all enemies nearby. Can only be executed while in Dreadworm Trance. Interesting. Wait, so Dreadworm Trance fades upon execution. So this lasts 15 seconds, so you'd want to use this right near the end of Dreadworm Trance? Jesus. Worm Wave. Can only be executed while Demi Bahamut is summoned. Summon Bahamut. Enkindle Bahamut. Firebird Trance. Additional effect. Look at all that text. Oh man, it's so fun just seeing how ridiculous the classes get. This game's great. It's a long-running tradition for Summoner to start out each expansion as a trash fire. Really? Like in terms of design or Also, welcome, Atalva. Basically, you start getting stances, and you have different rotations in each stance. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. Okay. Hildibrand. My ever loyal associate, tell me, what have you learned from your questioning of the scholars in these halls? Indeed. As it happens, I have learned much the same. Sure you have. Let us take a moment to review, and allow my peerless powers of deduction to work their magic. A war of succession divides the great civilization of Bellaria, giving rise to the sibling nations of Uldar and Sildi. The two nations coexist for some generations, until ill blood boils over, culminating in outright war. Daunted by Uldar's superior military might, Sildi employs their advanced alchemical knowledge to horrific ends, transforming their own citizens, alive and dead, into a fearsome undead legion. Yes, I believe I have it! The facts at hand have led me to one unassailable conclusion. Our phantom thief is a descendant of doomed Sildi, who seeks vengeance against those who reduced his countrymen to slavering zombies. To pacify his soul, and send him peacefully to the next world, there is but one course of action. We must find the Sildin statesman who conceived this dreadful stratagem, and have him apologise to the thief in person for the suffering he has wrought. How are we going to do that exactly? A brilliant plan. Perhaps you'd like to go find yourself a shovel and dig this statesman out of his grave yourself. Leaving aside this nonsense of spirits and spectres, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shares some link to Sildi. His garish garb is no doubt meant to evoke the silver scales of the fallen Sultanate. This Sildin connection would also serve to explain the rare knowledge of Belladian relics our thief clearly possesses. But what of the murder victims? What common thread amongst them could have incurred the ire of our adversary? A few people in town spoke of a man sighted calling upon the victims in the past days. Those who saw him said he had a most frightened air about him. Wait. Yes, it's coming to me. Of course! My keen investigator's senses ring out with a voice loud and clear. This man Miss Ellie speaks of just might know something. Need to switch stances as powers come up. People are still arguing about the optimal summoner rotation to this day. Wow. I don't really know what to do with it, partly because Id and Scholar used to share so many actions. They've tried to separate them more and more. Ah, okay. Interesting. You really should stop thinking so hard. You're like to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who is this man and where might we find him? My sources identified the man as Guguria, a travelling merchant known to frequent Horizon. Shall we pay him a visit? Nod. Hoorah! Off to Horizon. She's just over here. Oop. Drink some more water. Okay. My keen instincts tell me that Master Guguria's testimony will be key to a monumental breakthrough in our investigation. Yes, I shall employ the ancient Mandeville art of parley to skillfully extract the information we require. Yes? If you've got business, make it quick. My time's too valuable to waste chatting with every stranger who passes by. Forgive us, good sir. My name is Ellie, a reporter with the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all-seeing, you know the rest. I was wondering if we could trouble you with just a few questions. Was it for love or money that you killed them? Yes, you, the thief of many faces. Me? A thief? What is this nonsense? I don't know who you are, but I ain't got the time or the patience for this mummery. Now, if you'll excuse me, an important client awaits. I thought I recognized that voice. Oh. Lady Deruda, well met indeed. Pray tell, whatever brings you to these environs this fair day? Why, I live here, you ham-headed half-wit. Inspector Brydean, this is an unexpected pleasure. Do you have some business with my associate here, pray tell? Guguria, we can discuss business after. Pray lend the inspector here, the handsome one, whatever assistance he requires. But Lady Deruda, what about... Ah, yes, my dear Maria's name day present. I had in mind one of the prize pieces from Eshtame's latest seasonal collection. You would be able to procure one for me, yes? Or shall I eliminate the middleman and make the trip to Uldar myself? I'll say it just once more, Guguria. I expect you to give the inspector and his companions your full assistance. They, yes, even the stupid one, helped me regain something truly priceless. Yes, something more valuable than any mere trinket. A bond with her daughter, I assume is what she means? All right. I'll tell you what I know. But you didn't hear it from me, got it? I was looking into the killer on behalf of a client of mine. The thief's got himself some of that zombie dust. The trader's spurn, was it? And his cards speak of 5 victims. It got me to thinking. Sildir, 5 victims. Aye, the Arbiters of Truth. The Arbiters of Truth? I'm not familiar with that name. Aye, few would be, on account of them being something of a secret society and all. Influential personages of the Sultanate, you see, working from the shadows to keep false knowledge about the Uldar-Sildir conflict from reaching the ears of folk like you and me. False knowledge? Pray tell, just what sort of knowledge might that be? False balls, don't make me say no more. I've got a family to feed. Very well. Just tell us one last thing. Who hired you, and where can we find him? Hob. His name's Hob. When he heard what I said, he told me that he was going to set sail for Limsa with his 5 best sellswords to guard his back. Said there were many prying eyes at the airship docks. Said he had a private ship docked and waiting for him at Vesper Bay. But remember, you didn't hear none of this from me. This man Hob must be one of the killer's targets. Doubtless he also knows the identity of the remaining one. I doubt that. They say the Arbiters are so secretive, they don't even know each other's true identities. Now, don't ask me how that all works, but Hob's got high-ranking friends in the Brass Blades. Once he heard the victims had all been zombified, he panicked. Guess he knew that he'd be next. Thank you very much, my kind sir. Once again, the ancient Mandeville art of parley has procured for us a key morsel of knowledge. Let us seek out this Hob fellow and see what he can share with us. And let us hurry. The man's life is in danger even as we speak. So yeah. I would hear what this Hob fellow has to say. Come, my ever-loyal associate. Let us away to Vesper Bay with all speed. I've been waiting for him to, get my name wrong. My title, but I guess since he came up with it, he can remember it. old flying wolfie. I love that all mounts fly in this game. It's so nice. Master Hob? Is everything quite alright? No! Stand back, Ellie! Hunger. I hunger for your brains. Damn. There's no saving the man. Mochan, do what you must. Zombie! I thought they were going to make me actually fight it. It's basically a visual novel, though. Yes, my first-hand knowledge of zombies tells me this particular shade of green is unmistakably that of the undead. 'Twould seem we were a few moments late to the scene. A message. And then there was one. There it is again. Is something the matter, Inspector? Indeed, Nashu, there is. Ever since I picked up the trail of the Phantom Thief, I've had this fleeting sense. A sense that someone, or something, is watching us. The thief might be close at hand. We should be careful. For the moment, let us return and report our findings to Miss Phyllis. Secret society or no, knowing the identities of its members may yet lead us to the final victim. I, too, had best return to the Mithril Eye. Let's meet up again after. I'll see what new clues I can uncover in the meantime. You will do nothing of the sort, Miss Ellie. These streets are far too dangerous for you to walk alone. Inspector! Inspector! I'll go with her. If you insist, Nashu, then I give my leave. But pray be wary. Not just of the thief, but of Miss Ellie. She has quite the temper, as we both know. Wow. Miss Ellie, there is something I must tell you when this case is over. Be safe, and promise me that you will not attempt anything rash, as you did that time when the fiend took aim at my own life. Your life, Oh, at Costa del Sol. Yes, that was quite the ordeal, wasn't it? Hildibrand is just... I'll be careful, I promise. I eagerly await the day when I may hear what it is you would share with me. A secret vow? Oh, consider my interest piqued as well, good Inspector. Now let us be off. Miss Phyllis awaits our report. Aw, I think you got a crush on her. Scholar's Walk. Oh, yeah. Back at the Alchemist's Guild. I'm surprised he'd never figured out that those bombs were nothing to do with the Phantom Thief. The news of Hobbs' death will not sit well with Miss Phyllis, but a gentleman must do what a gentleman must do. Some shifty-looking fellow was I in the vaults before, but he took off faster than a fleeing cactuar, soon as my gaze met his. Aye, just like I cowed many a guardian on the plains. Oh, it's you. Well, he lied. Get into this guard. A fourth victim? Thol have mercy. Were you able to glean aught of a connection to the other victims? The Arbiters of Truth? No, it cannot be. Somebody, help! Uh-oh. Miss Ellie? The voice came from the direction of the vault. We must hurry. Miss Ellie, are you hurt? That man, I only thought to ask him a few questions. Before I knew what was happening, he was upon me. I could only... Bash his brains with a conveniently placed bottle of mead, it would seem. Haha, remind me not to get on your bad side, Miss Ellie. That said, is Nushu not with you? She saw a figure lurking in the shadows, and went off in pursuit before I could stop her. This man wears the armour of a sultan-sworn squire, yet his face is unfamiliar to me. Something is amiss. The thief of many faces? To think we would find our man like this. Thrice and again did the fiend elude our grasp, but no more. By virtue of a gentleman's ingenious deductions and a lady's pugilistic puissance, I declare this case closed. I return this sachet to you, Miss Phyllis. Whilst the gesture was appreciated, in the end it proved superfluous to my cracking of the case. While you're at it, is there anything else of immense value that you'd like to wantonly destroy? What is the meaning of this? Ingenious. A double disguise. Planted by the thief to throw us off his trail, no doubt. This is Guigu, one of my most capable men. I assigned him to guard the vault, and outfitted him with an ample supply of demasking dust. It is inconceivable that the thief could so easily elude his grasp. Unless the thief was not wearing a mask. Speaking of which, has anyone seen Miss Ellie? No, that's impossible. Of course, it all makes perfect sense, with the Phantom Thief to thank for her burgeoning readership and rise through the ranks at the Mithril Eye. Miss Ellie could not bear to face the possibility of her story of a lifetime coming to an end. Thus, she hatched a plan to... My lady, the vault has been breached. The wise man's whisper. It's gone. For her foul crimes against the Sultanate. Why do we think Ellie was the thief? I think that could have easily been the Phantom Thief with her as a disguise, with Ellie. For her foul crimes against the Sultanate, I hereby declare Ellie of the Mithril Eye, the thief of many faces, an enemy of the state. Deploy all troops and do not rest until she is in custody. And now the game is truly afoot. Oh no. Bah! What is the meaning of all this racket and rumpus? And just as we were about to make our triumphant return. Isn't that so, Enkidu? I'm glad Greg is still around. Miss Ellie! Miss Ellie! That shadow you said you saw? I think I was just a dormouse. To think he'd literally stumble face first onto the second mask. His good fortune truly knows no end. But not to worry. Yes, I dare say the Phantom Thief has another trick or two up his sleeve. And now she's been replaced by an imposter. Nashu was great, yeah. I like Nashu. Everyone's an imposter now. Bum, ba-dum, bum. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable. How could we have been so blind? I don't buy it. My ever-loyal associate, we must find Miss Ellie, and quickly. Surely, if confronted by her constant companions, she can still be convinced to abandon this fool plan. Aho, Miss Phyllis, I thought you had already departed in the company of your men. But all for the better. Shall we conduct the search together? I fear that would only put them at greater risk. Yeah, I guess she's the 5th member. That's why she knows about the Arbiters. You see, the 5th and final member of the Arbiters of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than... Hildibrand, man. No? Me. Mind you, it is not a role I sought of my own accord. My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultanate. One day I received an anonymous letter stating that a position in the committee had opened, and I had been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties, to prevent the spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer in the Sultan's sworn, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there were other members of the organisation, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think that my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm, until such time as the killer is apprehended. Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Phyllis, but there is no need for such concern. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress. And as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do. My associates here also stand at your side. Speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant? Inspector, over here! Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you. Nashu has a sister in an Eorzean pop band. Oh, that's cool. I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said she saw somebody in the shadows, so I went to take a look. Now, there wasn't anything there but a dormouse, but it was a really cute dormouse, you see? It just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just... Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. Yes, my inspector's sense speaks to me. Someone is watching us. Milchan, let us split up and canvass our surroundings. This is a very interesting episode. Where is Miss Ellie? Do you think she went looking for the dormouse too? Apologies, Milchan, but I require a moment alone with my thoughts. I cannot allow my presence to put my men in danger. I don't want to leave them with Nashu. Because that's not Nashu. A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. Be wary and be warned. Alright. That's probably fine. Seems totally normal. Trust no one, and your friends all the less. Okay. There's more than one person involved here. This will avail you well. Use it wisely. You obtain a sachet of demasking dust. In the next instant, you feel an intimidating presence behind you. Oh no! Ah! Well, at least he's wearing clothes this time. Ho ho ho! If it isn't my beloved son's staunch companion, the mighty Melchen! I was in the area on a matter of business, which I curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here. Mayhap it is the same for you? Oh, so your pursuit of the thief of many faces has taken quite the unexpected turn, and now you have come upon a series of anonymous letters. Mayhap our watcher in the shadows is a friend, or is this but another trap laid by the fiend? Yes, the plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere, or anyone. Myself excluded, of course. No mere mask could replicate the physique of this Mandeville man. That said, I fear my dear Hildy may be in a bit over his head this time. Allow me to assist in your investigation. Were anything to happen to Hildibrand, his dear mother would, not be pleased. I hope we get to meet his mother. There we go. This way. Beheaded Sprat. Who the hell are you? Something just isn't right. Yeah, you look suspicious as heck. Where'd you come from? Okay. If the sender speaks true, the villain even now lurks within our midst. And yet, we have but a single sachet of demasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the impostor beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, Melchen. What say you have a few words with each of them, and see if aught seems amiss? Well, I'm going to talk to Nashu last. Miss Ellie is the phantom thief. It is the only logical conclusion, and yet I cannot help but feel that another truth still evades us. Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those things. Too much has happened in too short a span. I need more time to make sense of it all, but time is something we do not have. It makes no sense. There must be something we're missing. Inspector Brydean told me all about it. Who'd have thunk Miss Ellie was the phantom thief all this time? She sure fooled me. The inspector sure is taking his time. Nothing particularly odd about any of them, you say. It stands to reason. The fiend would not take such a risk if he were not utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse. Curses. This one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him, and quickly. Time is of the essence. you imagine what Hildy's mum would be? Are we sure about that? About what? Hello. I questioned the Sultan sworn outside. To a man, they insist they have seen naught of Miss Ellie. Wherever could she have gone? Father, what brings you here? Yes, finally the pieces are coming together. Now, if you would kindly stand still and shut up. The fiend already stands among us. Among us? Inspector Bryadian, I should hope you are not doubting me. While I'm quite convinced that even the master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of idiocy, the fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities. An astute observation, my gangly friend. I'd say this occasion calls for a dose or two of that powder Melchan here found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another sachet or two lying about, would there? What remains of our supply has already been distributed to the search party, but worry not, they should be reporting back within a bell's time. Ha! Time might be against me, but just you watch. I'll wiggle my way out of this and turn you into the reeking, drooling corpse you deserve to be. I fear that is more time than we can afford, Miss Phyllis. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's face bare within minutes. We know that, given the choice, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie has had only passing interactions with my dear father, we can safely eliminate him from consideration. That leaves myself, Nashu, and Melchan here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had a close and extended relationship with our suspect. I shall begin by questioning mine own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I. Ooh. Brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on, ask me anything. Of all the times for this overstuffed buffoon to start talking sense. If he asks me anything too obscure, my cover is as good as blown. My relationship with Nashu is so close, I dare say at times it is as if we share a mind. If this Nashu is truly my ever-loyal assistant, she should have no trouble completing my thoughts. I'm Amanda Mandeville. Man! Doing what only a Mandeville can. From the peaks of Korthos to Thanalan, Mandeville. Man, you're the best, Inspector. Oh, welp. A perfect score. You may rest easy, dear friends. This is unmistakably, unequivocally, indubitably the true Nashu. I've never loved you more than now, you marvellous muttonhead you. Nashu, is something the matter? Just because you picked up a few more wrinkles beneath the eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours. Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, you crusty, cretinous old... Genius, Inspector? Well. The charade is up, Miss Ellie. We communicate in nods. Miss Ellie? You look somehow different? cliffhanger. Who is this? My prodigious powers of deduction scream out to me. This woman knows something. You think? Another two-layered mask, mayhaps. But no. This woman bears a striking resemblance to Miss Ellie. I was all but certain that Ellie was our thief. What is the meaning of this? So the letter spoke true. The fiend was in our midst all along. Glamour Dispeller. Ha! That's cool. They give me Glamour Dispeller. Seven hells. Done in by a muscle-bound muttonhead and his motley troop of mummers. Just who are you? Your resemblance to Miss Ellie is most uncanny, and yet... Consulting Inspector Brydean, once again you fail to measure up to your lofty reputation. Of course we resemble each other. Ellie is, after all, my own flesh and blood, my beloved sister, and my eminently capable partner in crime. 1,000 faces I may wear, but only one name do I bear. You can call me Ceci. Charmed, I'm sure. Are you quite alright? Why, you look like as if you've seen a ghost. Despite my moniker, I assure you that Ellie and I are no spectres. What we are, mind you, are the last living scions of Sylvan aristocracy. Bemused, are you? Befuddled to find two sisters behind the mask? Try using your brains once in a while. Every time you encountered the thief, Ellie was standing right in your midst. No, the thief that 4 times stole the show, oh, and those priceless relics, was me. Meanwhile, Ellie hid in plain sight, supplying me with just the knowledge I needed to stay one step ahead of my pursuers, all while spinning the hair-raising tales of my exploits that won the hearts of this nation. Wow. We owe a lot to you, truly. Why, without the tales of your hapless attempts to catch me, we never could have risen to these heights of celebrity. Miss Ceci, from a gentleman to a lady, I would ask you one thing, and one thing only. Just what is it that you and Miss Ellie hope to accomplish with all of your schemes? Justice. 500 years ago, all darn dogs reduced our great nation to a nation of zombies. At long last, the cowards that would still justify these foul deeds will suffer the same fate. Wait, the histories say it was Sildy that turned their own men into zombies. Sure it was. The histories lie, and you lurked from the shadows, silencing those who would speak the truth. You should have died with your fellows, false arbiter. It was Uldar that ordered the creation of that dreadful powder, and wielded it as a weapon against our proud ancestors. The history of your glorious sultanate is built on a lie. What is this madness you speak, woman? Not madness, truth. The powder in my possession was stolen from the Uldan army 4 centuries ago by one of my ancestors. They say it was his final act of courage, in the moments before his leg fell off and his rotting head dropped from his shoulders. This is the truth that the histories don't tell. The truth that this doe-eyed sultan sworn would kill to keep buried deep in the sands of Thanalan. But your time of reckoning is nigh. Oh yes, before long you, and everyone in this rotten nation, will know firsthand the horrors my ancestors knew. Ha ha! And just what do you mean by that? Oh, how the idiots lap up the stories. A masked crusader for justice, a dashing rebel waging war against power and authority. Oh, if only they knew. But they will see soon enough, when they're eating each other's brains out on the streets. In the last days before our proud nation was razed to the ground, a band of the final survivors, stole a vast quantity of the powder from the Uldan vaults, hiding it away in a secret vault sealed with powerful magics. The sole means by which the vault may be opened, by assembling 4 secret relics from Baladia, 4 relics once housed in the royal palace of Sildi, before the Uldan dogs stole them and claimed them for their own. And so it dawns upon you at last. Yes, even as we speak, Ellie makes for the vault, the 4 relics safely in hand. Just think, one day you'll be able to tell your grandchildren you were there when zombie powder rained down on Uldar. No, wait, you'll all be dead. Preposterous! But first, you, my dear, you will not even have the pleasure of looking upon the last moments of your precious homeland. Let your flesh rot like all of your rotten lies. I think not, Miss Ceci. Hildibrand. Well, I assume he is a zombie? Already? You idiot! Just for once, could you not get in the way? Hildy is there, he'll just turn them into gentleman dead man. Problem solved. Godbert Mandeville. I can't even trust your sorry ass to look after him for a day. Uh-oh. Is it the mum? I knew it! That presence watching over us from the shadows. It was you, my dear wife. Am I to understand that you are Hildibrand's mother? Also, Greg's here too. Aye, this is more like it. Hand to hand, skillet to skillet. It's enough to send a warrior's pulse racing. Prepare yourself, Melchan. The time of our final confrontation is nigh. Do you have popotos for brains, you overstuffed buffoon? My beloved boy's been turned into a stinking corpse, if you hadn't bloody noticed. If you watch the Ultros bit again, he was hitting on Hildy's mum. Oh, that's cool. That's funny. You, Melchan or something, was it? Hildy's told me all about your hijinks together. Pleased to meet you. My dear boy's always had a bit of a rebellious streak. What can I say? I can come on a bit too strong at times. But can you blame me? This time I thought I'd sit back and leave things to my sorry-ass husband here. And look what that got me. You'll help me out, won't you? Yep. This game is a joy. I dare say it's quite clear who wears the pants in the family, so to speak. Inspector Hildibrand's mother? Reunited with my dear boy for the first time in ages, and just look at him. He's green. Fortunately, there's still time to reverse the zombie curse, and I know just the remedy. A phial of holy water. The ingredients are simple. A tatter of oversold rags and a phial of twice distilled water. Sin God at the market stocks the former, and the latter you can procure from a trader by the name of Guest. Now hurry! Once the poison spreads through his veins, no antidote will save him. In the meantime, I will search for the bumbler's bumbling assistant. With any luck, Miss Nashu is still alive. Ouch, that smarts. Ye gads, Hildy, you're looking none too hearty yourself. No thanks to you, you bumbling oaf. Now, are you going to accompany Melchan here and make yourself useful? Or do I have to reintroduce you to that wall? But of course, milady. Gilgamesh is ever at your service. Singoat's sundries, was it? Come now, Melchan. There is work to be done. Oh, this is great. A piece of oversold rags from Singot's sundries and a bottle of twice distilled water from the trader Guest. Now hurry, gods damn it! Wow. Singot, where was he? Yep. Wait, where am I? Okay, this way. Well, I wasn't expecting Ellie to turn out to be a trader. That's a shame. I liked her. Hey, Greg. Oversold rags, you say? I fear that I've only a single tatter left in stock, and it's already been spoken for. But, my good man, you must reconsider. My dear friend's life, and quite possibly mine own as well, hangs in the balance. I sympathise with your plight, friend, but a man has to make a living. I've been promised a copious supply of rare chimera membrane for these rags. Unless you can offer me the same, no deal. Gah! And you expect us to be able to summon such a rarity out of nowhere at a moment's notice? Well, look what we have here. If it isn't the warrior of light from the Colosseum. Funny who you meet at the markets. Who's this? Oh, hey. As it happens, I just returned from my training, and the slaying of 10 chimeras just happened to be my task for the day. If it's chimera membrane you seek, you're more than welcome to a share. Thanks. Just carrying membranes around, apparently. My lady, you are far too kind. Don't mention it. If it hadn't been for Inspector Hildibrand and Melchan here, I'd still be tag-teaming with that slimy beast and cheating my way to fame and fortune. And I'm a woman who pays her debts. Yay! Thor take me if that wasn't a Villa the Tempest. Ever since she confessed to her trickery and started climbing back up from the bottom of the ranks, I've been proud to call myself one of her biggest fans. Why, I've half a mind to give you the rags you seek simply for the privilege of meeting her. Thanks. A kind sentiment, my good man, but we are more than happy to uphold our side of the bargain, aren't we, Melchan? And with this, our task here is done. Now, let us find this trader named Guest. Why did you not tell me that you knew Avila the Tempest, friend? Say, do you suppose you could come by front row seats for her upcoming bout? It's good that her career is going well now. Where was it? Chamber of Rule, was it? Yes, excellent. Hey, Greg. The blundering Mandeville boy is on his last legs, and you need something of mine to save him, you say? Huh. Perhaps you can give me a good reason why I should care? Those bloody Mandevilles are richer than the traders themselves, yet they have the audacity to haggle me down to the last gill for every purchase. If the family line ended today, I'd be a happier and wealthy man. And now I believe the ballroom calls. Good day to you, and do pass along my condolences to the grieving parents. Have you not a shred of honour or compassion in that spindly body? Business rival or no, the man is on death's doorstep. After the events of that day, my father will not so easily forgive and forget. But it matters not to me. No, my love for you is as deep as the 7 seas. I beg of you, milady, may I have this dance? Who is this? Oh! Mel-chan, what a lovely surprise. Are you here for the ball, perchance? Not really. Heavens, the poor inspector. Well, if it isn't the Lapis Maiden in the flesh, what say you bid farewell to preening fox and scruffy adventurers, and share a dance with a cultured gentleman befitting your great beauty? Why, it would be a pleasure and an honour both, my lord. Wow. Provided you first provide my good friend Mel-chan with the bottle of twice distilled water that she seeks. You know this woman? If that is the price you would set, then so be it. Take it. It's barely worth its weight in gil anyway. Now, shall we, Miss Arabella? Thank you. All the characters are showing up to help out. I knew Hildy to be a worthy rival, but to think he was this beloved by so many. Clearly, this realm would deeply mourn his loss. Quickly, Mel-chan, let us deliver these goods while there is still time to save him. Run! Hi. My frame rate. It's not like in this place. I trust the two of you wouldn't dare to come back empty-handed. Tattered cloth taken from the raiment of a powerful wraith. That sounds cool. Bloody brilliant. Aye, I'd take you over my muscle-headed half-wit of a husband any day. Wait, me or Greg? Now stand back and let me show you some real Mandeville home cooking. Thaw, you bloody bugger! Guide my skillet. Aye, that should stop it spread. Now it's up to Hildy to flush what's left out of his system. Don't worry, he's my son after all. I reckon he's still got some fight left in him. If not, I suppose he's going to be a double zombie. Look who I found. She was slumbering obliviously in a rubbish-strewn corner of Pearl Lane. Boy, did that nap feel good. Yes, I'm sure it did. Mo-chan, word has it that Ellie has been sighted at the sealed-in ruins. We must go there with all haste. You've done well by my dear boy today. Don't worry, I'll handle things from here. There's a nice warm bed for him, and I think I know a few specialists who might know a thing or two about his condition. What in the seven hells are you standing around for? The future of Uldar is at stake. Uldar is very busy. Yeah, that's true. Mo-chan, my strength is yours as well. For Uldar, and for our friend Hildy. You remind me of my husband, what with you having more muscles and sense. If you're so keen on making yourself useful, why don't you run to the markets and bring me some fire crystals? Keeping my dear boy warm is key to fighting off the zombification. Let's see, I believe 20 crates or so should suffice. I am a warrior, not an, yes, milady. I say, Enkidu, the burden we must bear, simply to secure my long-awaited final confrontation with Mo-chan. That said, the events of today have given me cause to reflect. Mo-chan and Hildy both. Oh, to be blessed with such veritable legions of friends, tried and true. But alas, not I. No, only one true friend have I ever known, and she is long lost to me. You are a fine bird, and have given me great comfort in my travels, but you will never be Enkidu, my one and true companion. Oh, my friend, were you here with me, even Mo-chan could not stand against our combined might. Oh, Enkidu, wherever you may wander, hear my words, and return here to my side. Enkidu, do you hear me? Enkidu! You gads! What was that flash from the heavens? It nearly blinded me. Oh God, oh no. And what? The crystals! Where have they gone? Oh, you just summon a primal. Fancy meeting you here, old friend. That voice, could it be? My faithful companion. Why must you always make me wait so? Oh no. Brian Dean is great. He's actually competent too. We're not saddled with Hildy. Yes. Last vow. Ooh, a bunch of stuff. Some goodies. What are you doing dilly-dallying around here? Let me jog your memory. There's a moon-sick maid digging around at the Sildy excavation site with her mind set on turning Uldar into the land of the walking dead. Your concern for Hildy is most touching, but don't you worry. Mummy dearest isn't going to let her beloved son kick the bucket that easily. Okay, where was this? Out here. Oh, right, that area. Yep, so now I know the lore behind this area. The Sildy excavation site. That's cool. Greg's amazing. Yep, he is. flying wolfing. Roar. Hello. We've managed to track down Miss Ellie just ahead, where your friends watch over her as we speak. Yet no matter how many times we try to reach out to her, she refuses to so much as answer. Needless to say, we considered physically incapacitating her. But that crate she's sitting on isn't just a makeshift chair, it's filled to the brim with the traitor's sperm. One misstep and the consequences could be dire indeed. You are our only hope, Mel-chan. Even in her single-minded rage, surely the time you spent together must still count for something. You need not put yourself in undue danger. I only ask that you step forth to where your voice may be heard and call out your friend's name. I beg of you, Mel-chan. Surely if anyone can convince the woman to abandon her madness, it is you. With the chat mode in Say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to call out Ellie. Interesting. And convince your erstwhile friend and companion to listen to reason. Interesting. I've had to do emotes before, but I've never had to say a particular thing. Greg! Oh! To think this girl and her sister were behind the crimes all along. I dare say this realm is awash with capable adversaries. Oh, where's your friend? He's gonna surprise me. Miss Ellie, and I thought we were friends. You'd do well not to anger the lass, friend. She's sitting atop an ample supply of that zombie powder, and I suspect she's not afraid to use it. Oh, there she is. It beggars belief that I could have been so blind. Aww. What if I just run over to her? Hello. Okay. I assume I have to do it here? Say... Hello! This mechanic is fun until you have to use the PS4 virtual keyboard. Yes! That would be annoying. Mel-chan, I suggest you leave this place while you still can. I bear you no grudge. But should you so much as think of interfering, I will not hesitate to turn you into a zombie too. So it was you after all. Consider me disappointed. Your sister Ceci is already in custody. Surrender now, and I will see that no harm befalls her. How little you understand us, Inspector. Then again, how could one born into a life of power and privilege ever hope to understand? Ceci and I have no family, no friends, no fortune, nothing. Two sisters against the world, with only our quest for justice to give us meaning. Long ago we made a vow. Should the worst happen, our mission takes priority over all. Yes, over our own wretched lives. Do you see now? Anything I might have had once to lose, I lost long ago. Now stand down, or suffer the same fate as the all-done dogs you would defend. Ellie, stop this madness. I'm sorry, Inspector. Nope. Zombies! There's too many of them. I'm the warrior of light, it'll be fine. All in a day's work for a mandible man. Now, it's hammer time! So that's his, Jesus Christ. So that's his goldsmithing glamour. I see. You only delay the inevitable. I have an entire legion of the undead at my beck and call. Face it, it's only with Inspector Hildibrand's ridiculously good fortune that you even made it this far. And he's as good as 6 foams under. A goldsmith limit break. Nice. Be forewarned, girl. Know that I speak from experience when I say, underestimate Hildy, and you do so at your own peril. I'm afraid you underestimate me as well. No mere splash of holy water can stave off the effects of the trader's spurn. I fear the good inspector's luck has finally run out. False balls, is there no end to them? I'm not liking our chances. Greg, was it? Just nods. It's a shame to lose you, Melchan. Warrior of light that you are, you might yet have served one last purpose for us. Go forth, my zombie minions! Yes! When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend, in the righteous glare. Bugger me with a broadsword. Are my eyes to be believed? Who are the other 2? That pose. No, these are not 4 warriors of light that I see. They are 4 gentlemen of light. Yeah, one's the bald guy. Just so, my good man. Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return. Did you miss me? Aye, we meet again, girl. Tell me you've got my snurble tonic, or I'll fashion myself a wig from your lovely locks after I've ripped them clean from your bloody head. Oh, hello there, Mr. Elisa. Cool, you're looking absolutely resplendent today. Resplendent. Impossible. The holy water couldn't have cured him. Seething Zombie is the name of this character. It didn't. Fortunately, our overlord spent quite some time building up an immunity to zombie powder. And Deadpan Zombie, they were from the first episode. When we heard that Master Zombie Brand was at risk of joining the actual dead, we knew we had to take action. And Immunity to... I'm just going to pretend that makes any kind of sense. The game is up, Miss Ellie. Pray abandon this madness. Besides, plots of mass murder hardly suit a lady like yourself. It's over. It's all over. Inspector Brydean, you said there was something you would tell me when all was through. I imagine you have no words for me now. Ellie, your powers of deduction are wanting. You said that you had lost everything and everyone you had to lose, did you not? As for me, I have found something, someone, with whom I intend never to part. It is Greg. I care not if it takes years, even decades. When you emerge from your jail cell a free woman, I will be there. What say you? She's a mass murderer. Okay. I'm not going to question your taste, you know. Miss Ellie, while the crimes perpetrated by you and your sister are unpardonable, you are far from the only ones guilty. On behalf of the Syndicate, I offer my apologies for the false aspersions cast upon your ancestors. You said that the nation of Uldar was built on lies. Seeing what I have seen today, I cannot deny your words. It will not be an easy task to rewrite, nay, restore history, but know this, I will do everything in my power to bring the truth to the fore. I love how they're still just flexing in the background. Ahem. Are we not forgetting someone here? And by someone, I mean me. No, Greg, don't do it, Greg. If you're quite done playing cloak and dagger, I require Milchan's presence for a matter of far greater importance. Aye, the time of our too long-delayed confrontation is nigh. Why the long face, friend? Ah, but mayhap this will have you singing a happier tune. Could it be? The treaty blade, and the true one at that. None other, and I have not the slightest intention of parting with it, save to the one who would defeat me in single combat. Ah, but I misspeak. It would not be single combat this time. Is that my cue, old friend? Hi. Thor be merciful. What is that abomination? Some new breed of void scent? Abomination! I'll thank you to address my companion with courtesy, girl. Ah, but 'twas the most curious thing. There I was, holding a crate full of crystals for Hildy's mother, and thinking how much better things would be if my dear friend Enkidu were here. Then came a flash from the heavens, and the next thing I knew, there she was. By the gods, it makes perfect sense. Doubtless the crystals heard Greg's heartfelt plea, summoning forth his friend. Nay, no mere friend, but rather the primal Enkidu. Love them in the background. And the world has now completely and utterly ceased to be bound by the laws of logic. Mochan, you may have bested me in the past, but facing the two of us together will not prove so easy a task. And yet, I trust you will not shirk from the challenge. Enkidu and I shall await you at Amdapur Keep. I think Enkidu sounds better than Enkidu, so I'm going to say Enkidu. 'Tis a ways from here, but what better venue for our climactic confrontation? If you would claim the treaty blade, then claim it from me as a warrior. To the skies, Enkidu! To the skies! Two against one? That's not very gentlemanly of you, Greg. Come, Mochan, to Amdapur. This is a grave development indeed. To think that one man could summon a primal on his own. I must send word to the Scions at once. Don't worry, I'm a Scion. Oh, but of course. I had near forgotten we had a warrior of light in our very midst. Please, Mochan, you are our only hope to slay the primal and reclaim the blade. Yeah, I hope the chicken's still around. Characters everywhere. All's well that ends well, eh, Mochan? Hildy's undead acquaintances were kind enough to make an appearance at my request. Who'd have thought zombies could be such gentlemen? I reckon it must be my son's good influence. I knew that if anything could bring Hildy back from the undead, it would be my dear wife's hand-mixed holy water. That's the world-class culinarian I married. Okay, yeah, she's a culinarian and he's a goldsmith. Okay. Look at the Inspector go. I'm right behind you, Inspector. And with that, my work here is done. You were by far the least incompetent associate I encountered in my travels. For preserving some shred of my sanity, you have my thanks. That said, my time in this land was not a total loss. My experiences here have taught me an important lesson. That this world and the fools who populate it rarely, if ever, abide by the principles of logic. This should serve me well in my future cases. And most importantly of all, I leave here with a vow that has given my life new meaning. But this is no time for sentiment. I'm sorry for deceiving you, Mochan. For what it's worth, it wasn't personal. Ellie, forgive me. After 400 years, this might very well spell the end for the arbiters of truth. Whether or not to replace the fallen is a decision for my superiors to make. In either event, I have decided to renounce my position. I thought they were but white lies, but I have seen firsthand the suffering they can cause. The Gentlemen of Light, core, they were every bit as radiant as I pegged them to be. One day I'll be a hero myself. Just you watch. Brydean with a galaxy brain take, yes. Yeah, just people casually fighting stuff over there. It's funny. A troop of zombies to flex behind you? Yes. That'd be great. Amdapur Keep. Over here? Okay. Yeah, everyone was remarkably calm about the giant bird attack. It's always funny when stuff like that happens in this game. Flying warfare. Of course, Hildibrand is just a pair of legs again. A giant of a man dressed in red rushed into the keep at great speed, leaving me powerless to stop him. You don't suppose he was one of the cultists? Yeah, Amdapor Keep is a dungeon that gets taken over by cultists. Ahem. Is that you, Melchan? Pray forgive me. I was right on Greg's tail when I encountered a subterranean curiosity that demanded my immediate attention. I will be concluding my investigation forthwith, but in the meantime, might I trouble you to entertain Greg and his primal friend in my stead? Together we will reclaim the treaty blade from that knave, Melchen. Yes, just go on ahead. I'll be along directly. Battle in the Big Keep. Oh god. Alright, let's go Scholar. Unable to apply glamour plates. Hang on. Need to go to a major city to do my glamour properly. Okay, I'll just look up a quick little footnotes for this one. And then I'll queue up. There we go. Applied my glamour. Got me little hat and the little legging things. Okay. ARR trials. Battle in the Big Keep. Burn and Kaido. If turned into a chicken, jump in the whirlwinds. If tethered, run together. Burn the chains on the healers, burn the dragon heads, dodge the everything. Sounds simple enough. Another really good blue spell in this trial. Missile. Oh, this is where you get missile? Nice. Cool. And there it is. How many realms has he traversed, and how many rivals has he felled? Gilgamesh journeys ever onward in his unending quest for the strongest of weapons. But the road is long and lonesome, and a painted rooster, loyal and noble as the bird may be, can bring a man only so much comfort in the darkest and most trying of times. So it was that Gilgamesh turned to the heavens, pleading to be reunited with a long-lost companion. Be it by fortune or fate, his prayers were heard, and the stage for the final confrontation was set. To the victor goes the treaty blade. Average eye level 90. Wow. It's a lot higher than... Okay, no, those were pretty high. And that was 50. Alright, well I'm at eye level 108, so... Should be fine, maybe. Just don't get hit forehead. Yes. Hildy's trials were loaded with blue stuff. Ah, that's cool. Nice axe. Drink some water while we wait. Yeah, what can we do while we're in queue? I've only got one thing left to do in sightseeing log. And this one is in Kolthas. And yeah, it's the wrong time of day for that one. Yeah, what else can we do? Hunting log. Southern Fenelin. Kothas. North Shroud. They make you go everywhere for the later hunting logs. We can go to North Shroud, kill some dryads. Yeah, let's do that. Dryads. I think they were around here. There we go, Dryad. Level 37. Poor thing. I finished the hunting log for Conjurer, Archer, and Dragoon, Lancer. Yeah, you get a ring with their class symbol on it as your reward. Yeah, for the original class, not the upgraded one. So might as well collect them all. Gotta catch them all. So this confuses me. Ruin and Ruin 2 have the same potency of 160. But yeah, Ruin 2 is instant. They've got the same mana cost. So why should I ever be using Ruin? Or do I just replace Ruin with Ruin 2? Because for Summoner... the regular Ruin does more damage, so this is only meant for on the run, or if you need to squeeze in from some off GCD abilities. But for Scholar, should I be using original Ruin? They're the same power. I was just curious if I got a Ruin 3, but I don't think so. Oh, actually, I think this might be the replacement for Ruin. Royal. Highest Ruin. Okay. Traits. Upgrades Ruin to Broil. And increases the potency of Ruin 2 and Art of War to 160. Wait, Ruin 2? That's already 160. Upgrades Ruin to... What? I haven't unlocked that yet. That's locked behind a quest. I shouldn't have that. So this shouldn't be 160? Summoner actually has uses for the different ruins. Same with Black Mage and the Fire and Blizzard spells, yeah. And White Mage and the Cure spells, seeing as Cure 2 is single target and Cure 3 is multi-target. Upgrades Broil to Broil 2 and increases the potency of Ruin 2 to 180. Okay, so wait. So Broil 3 and Ruin 2 goes to 200 potency. Okay, how much is Broil 3? 290. Okay, so later on there is a point to using... How much was it? 200. Okay, yeah, so later there is a point to using regular hardcast ability over... Okay, I think I'm just at a weird point. Thing is, I haven't done class quests and stuff. Upgrades Ruin to Broil. Broil is 240. Okay, yeah, I'm just at a weird spot since I'm level 57, but I haven't been able to do the class quests. Because they're in the next expansion. Okay. Your one actually still has uses, funny enough. Ah, what do you mainly use it for? I've used it to like top up a little bit of health, but I haven't really known if that was worth the cast time. Or if I should have just been DPSing. Anyway, we're in North Shroud. Anything else to kill here? Kothos. What else we got? Gladiator. Central, South. Central. Central, South Shroud. Aha, Watch Wolf, North Shroud. Need to kill that as a marauder. As a warrior. Whichever. Triggering a free cure too if you're low on mana. Ah, okay. Cool. That makes sense. Adding up numbers. Math. Ugh. I actually like math. Alright, we're looking for wolfies. While we wait for this dungeon queue. Ah, watch wolf. Watch me fight this wolf. Ha! Yeah. I'm sorry. Need 2 more. I'm gonna like something later. I think I'm gonna like a lot of things later because I like this game. But I'm guessing you're thinking of a very specific thing. Can I fight you? You're part of the fate. No? Okay. Level sync. Wolfie! Hello. Come here. Boom! Alright, that's that done. Now, what other classes do we need? Hunting log. Be a finished lancer, finished archer, rogue. Does rogue have anything here? Rogue has lots of stuff in Mordona. That is a no. Finished conjurer. I think we're down here. Surprised that hasn't popped yet. Pop please, Q. Shout out to Watch Wolf for being a badass magic card back in the day. Ah. From like a Magic the Gathering. South Shroud. There was a bunch of stuff at South Shroud, wasn't there? Whee! Love how you can teleport and hearth while you're on your mount, flying around. Cool. Wild hogs. Alright. Go show these wild hogs a thing or two. Over here. Okay. I fought Odin over here last night. As a world boss. That was pretty cool. Odin is interesting because apparently he takes on the appearance of the last person who killed him, like the last hit. So he looked like a little Lalafell riding around on a horse. It's also a trial, but I haven't done that yet. 1 of 5. Gee, that's a lot. Alright. Just a big creature for cheap, nothing special. Just a very efficient murder machine. Turns out that's often good enough. Ah, nice. Hey, welcome back, Golderism. The Odin Trial's a lot of fun. Ah, that's cool. Yeah, I think trials are my favourite things to do. Just straight into a boss fight. They're cool. Victory! Okay. Anything for ninja? Nothing? Okay. What about Arcanist? No? Okay, I thought there were other South Shroud things. East Shroud. Is this kind of spoilers, listening to music for a boss I haven't seen yet? Yeah, okay. Another one in Eastern Shroud. Central Shroud. Oh, South Shroud. Okay, Paladin. Paladin needs something here. Adamantoise and Treants. Lower Pass and Snake Mold. Snake Molt, not mold. Ew. Snake Mold, ew. The 8-man raids become that at 62? Ah, okay. That's cool. Very good. Tree! I really like the Paladin aura here. For when you've got your tanking aura turned on. Quite pretty. Nice little design. Yes, the Paladin gets meter just from auto attacks, rather than Warrior, which gets meter only from specific moves in the combo. And you spend it on blocking incoming attacks, which I think is interesting. Let's shield at things. Time elapsed 15 minutes, so now the average wait time has changed to 15 minutes. Thanks. Thanks for the info. Now, it'll pop. I'll just be patient. %blocked. Okay, cool. I was wondering how much that you block. Good to know. Yeah. Kick. Uh-huh. Paladin's level 38, so I still have a lot left to unlock on it. Alright, go kill some turtles. And my flying green wolfie. Which gives me huge Okami vibes. Pearls! Oh, no stop. Need 2 more. It's fun just doing actual combat once in a while in this game. I feel like you spend most of this game watching cutscenes. When you're not in a dungeon. Dungeon's all about the combat, of course. Unless it's Praetorium. Don't hurt the turtle. Aww. Don't hurt all the turtle. Ah. But it's in my hunting log. But hunt all the turtle. That didn't really work, did it? Oh. I don't know how much I'm actually clipping of my GCDs when I do 2 off GCD actions with my latency. I don't think it's as bad as I used to think it was. Because I thought the latency was really messing with the rotations, but that's because I was playing Dragoon and I didn't realize these abilities have massive massive animations. You're not supposed to do 2 of them between deliver cooldowns. Yeah, so you finish the jump and then you're ready for your next global cooldown. Yeah. Average wait time 18 minutes. Really? You reckon? Okay. Right. Paladin, you need anything else here? Nope. Okay. Then let's go to East Shroud. Just relaxing. Doing some hunting log. Jump on Dragoon had even more animation lock back in ARR. Jeez. Wow. Too much. What if animation, but too much? Who needed stuff here? Warrior? Yeah. More bowls and malted ziz. Malted ziz. Those are here, right? Now those are ziz golems. Okay. More bowls. Where were those? Yeah, they were here, I think. Part of the reason why their nickname was Floor Tank. Aww. Poor Dragoons. Hello. I don't want anything to do with your bad breath, thank you. Just throw tomahawks at you. Kick you in the head. And I guess that's a head. Alright, malted ziz. Where are you? Malted ziz. Yeah. Oh, nope. Nope. I do not like it. I do not like it. I'm guessing that's an A rank hunt. I don't usually see that thing around. Near the Soufflan entrance. That's cool. Thank you. Yeah, they only added flying here a couple patches ago, didn't they? That would have sucked not being able to fly around this whole area. Just this whole section of the game. So I'm glad they've added that. I would definitely be having a lot less fun with this game if I couldn't fly around in these areas. It says they're in the Lark's Call. I feel like the Lark's Call is just this tiny little area though. Because then that's the Bramble Patch. Maybe that's part of Lark's Call. "23 minutes in queue, jeez. It's a long time for a healer." Aha! Here you are. Aw, thank you for the sub. Thank you for gifting a sub, Goldarhythm. Thank you, that's really lovely of you. Thank you. And congrats on the gift, Atalva. Enjoy your sub. Smack. 1000 crit. Yeah. I don't normally see big numbers, so I get excited when I see them. And one more. And then I'm pretty sure one of my other classes needed these as well. Maybe I'll ask Steve to run me through Unsynced. I'm not high enough level to be able to do it Unsynced. I mean, I would like to do it properly though. Now, something else needed these particular mobs. What was it? Paladin? Nope. Ninja maybe? Yeah? Maybe Arcanist? Aha! Arcanist. Yeah, the Arcanist ones I can do as Summoner or Scholar, because they're both sort of considered Arcanist, kind of. I don't know, it's weird. Hey, thank you for the 400 bits. Thank you, Goldarhythm. Love the stream. Watch this when you speedrun Mario minimum captures. Ooh. Mario minimum captures? What's that? What is that sub badge supposed to be? It's a drawing of a blitz I did from DMC4. It's hang on, I'll make an alert pop up.
Shall we dance?
Yeah, that's the bigger version of that drawing. It's a blitz just sticking its tongue out. Okay. Summon Ifrit. Ifrit! Rawr. Join me. Queues kind of dry up around this time. That's a shame. Yeah, normally I haven't had trouble at this time of day. As a healer, anyway. Boom! Inferno. Okay. Okay, Ifrit using Inferno. Ah. DMC 1. Oh, that's that done. And Warrior needed something else. Milk fruit clusters. I'll be up for more farming later. Streaming at the moment. Bum, bum, bum. Well, maybe I'll ask Steve to run me through. What's he doing? He's doing stuff in Heavenswood. Would you mind running me through, what was it, battle in the big keep. Q not popping. This is something that we a lot nicer once we get the Aussie servers, because this is our prime time right now. There'll be tons of queues at this time of day. Steve's in the other room. I could just yell out to him, but it's easy to just type. Looking for these milk root clusters. Yeah, but yeah, Three's designs are pretty easy to read, aren't they? I'm pretty sure I've killed these before for a different hunting log entry. I just forget where they are. Milkroot sapling. Well, those aren't quite what we need. We need milkroot clusters. It's completely different, you see. Completely different. Have I checked over here? Steve might be alt-tabbed. Yeah, look how pretty this place is. It's got such a good look to it. The Sylphlands. Very nice. Another streamer you're trying to talk into doing the Hildy stuff? Ah, nice. She'll meet the best Gaifu in the game, Greg. I haven't heard the term Gaifu before. That's really good. That's a good one. I've only heard husbando, which isn't as fun to say. Gaifu, now that's a good one. Found him. Oh, we could also just go start the 2.1 stuff, which is what I was going to do after we do Hildibrand, while we're waiting on Q. 2 more. Poisoning me, that's very rude. You love guy food? Yeah. The pre-flying sylph quests. Yeah, a lot of these, like this area in particular, yeah, this would have been horrible without flying. Yeah, well that's fair. That's fair. Herba Boy, that's a good name. I assume there's another spot for them, or I could just wait for them to respawn. Yay, one respawned. Respawns are pretty quick in this game, so it's not a big deal. Alright, that's that done. I think we're done here. Can't remember when you heard it first. Just rolls off the tongue better than husbando. Yeah, it does. Guy food. Ah, that's good. I like it. Now just check all my different classes. Make sure there's no hunting log recommendations. Ninja. Nope. And summoner. Nope. Okay. Well, not sure if going to pop at all. Actually, are we even able to turn on New Game Plus while in queue for something? Because it's kind of restricted what you can do with New Game Plus. Nope. Oh wait, no, I'm mounted. Okay. Might be able to do it while unmounted. Let's just go back to Gridania. Because we're going to start the 2.1 main story quests. Which picks up from after we defeated Ultima Weapon and Gaius. He hasn't done this part yet. Oh, Steve. Wow. How dare you? What's the word I'm looking for? How dare you? Leave Hildibrand waiting. Yeah, he's been working on a Zeta weapon. That's cool. Love heart. Other streamer seems to open up a quest and just get taken aback by someone. Can't say the names though because it's spoilery. Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna double check how many of these I have. 5. Okay, yeah, I spent them all last night. Well, I'm going to get this one, Blissful Camway, Reveling Camway, and a disembodied head. 3 pretty wolves and a disembodied head. Alright. Well, let's start on New Game Plus, and if the queue pops, then, yeah. Then we shall go finish Hildibrand. Empire's stranglehold over the realm thus broken, the leaders of Eorzea declare that the 7th astral era has dawned. But the celebration will prove short-lived, for there can be no light without shadow. ARR relic? Yup. Yup, one of the ARR relics. It's the warrior one. The beautiful red axe. It is very cool, but yes, it's very grindy. Okay. Price of principles. Where we go? Oh yeah, we go talk to Minfilia. Whoop. Actually, what class do we want to be for this? What do we want to be? Could be a dragoon. Dragoon's cool. Be a ninja. Be a pretty white mage. Let's be a white mage. Yeah. Pre-patch relic weapons. Is there a difference between the pre-patch and post-patch relic weapons? Are those like separate lines? Whee! Oh, current patch. Oh, okay. Yep. They're like the Shadowbringers ones. Ah, okay. I haven't looked up what those look like yet. I looked up what all the Realm Reborn relic weapons look like though, and I don't know which one I want most because they're all so pretty. There's some really cool ones. Oh, hi. I see you have a pretty wolfie as well. Yours is a little taller. Not 100% worth it. Wolf friends. Go talk to Minfilia. I know as soon as we get into a cutscene, that's when the queue's gonna pop, so let's do it. Tataru! You gotta say hi to Tataru, you have to. The Garlean threat may have abated, but there is no end to the work we Scions do. In our own unique ways, may every one of us continue striving to make a better Eorzea. Well, it happened before a cutscene, so that's good. Do I have to turn off New Game Plus? Should be fun. Let's turn it off just in case. No, okay, never mind. Doesn't matter. Won't let me. Come on, hit that accept button, or I'm gonna be very cranky. Come on. Come on. Full pot. At long last we meet again on the battlefield. I dare say Kaido shall come to enjoy our tussles as much as I. You, however, might not find this one so enjoyable. Unless you enjoy getting pounded senseless. Ha! Hi. Alright. Summon my fairy. Lovely retro music. Wow. Tried to kill me. What a jerk. Oh, turn a bunch of people into chickens. Oh, look at that cute little chicken. Over half the raid are chickens. Chickens everywhere. Need to make sure I spin these charges. Whoa. Fight on, Enkaidu, my ever faithful. Aww. Enkaidu, are the bonds of friendship so fragile? Me? Run away? Ha! I was but seeking out a more suitable place. You'll get no quarter from me this time. Have at thee! But enough exposition. Now we fight like men. I didn't get to catch all that dialogue. For Gilgamesh, it is transmogrifying time. What? Ah, okay, they're fighting it without me. Well, have fun with that. I'm watching the cutscene. What the frick? The mightiest warrior ever to grace Eorzea stands before you. By which I mean I, Gilgamesh. Prepare yourself. Wow. That's a lot of arms. Is that 8 arms? Is he a spider now? Is Gilgamesh an arachnid? Whoa! Dragon heads. Alright, we dodge him. Oops. Hit the wrong button. Whoa, whoa, okay. Oh no! I didn't dodge quick enough. This is pretty cool. Oh, I'm all tied up. Help me. Oh no. Thank you. Gilgamesh is in the mood for dancing. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, I see. Dancing. Oh, it's cool. We dance. Come on, limit break him. Not me again. You jerk. Doesn't like me. You were wondering where the other arms were? See what you mean about dodging in this game? Yeah. Latency does make it a lot harder. She even unlocked enough expository banter. To think that my full complement of arms would avail me naught. Ah, I get it. Arms, yep. Can I roll on loot while we're doing this? No? Okay. No more hijinks from Gilgamesh. You have my word. The Treaty Blade too I shall return, just as soon as I remember where I hid it. Anyway, I yield to your unparalleled puissance. Spare my insignificant life. Ding, 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 ding. Was watching cutscene. Chicken and Kaido. The commendation for you. Hey, I won. Oh no, never mind, I didn't. He has so many arms. So many weapons. I like Gilgamesh, he's cool. To you that all just look like TV static? Aww. Lots of dodging and moving out of stuff. Yeah, Greg's the best. Aww. Chicken was your true friend all along. Not! Ha! I lied again! Like a rug! You can take that fusty old blade for all I care. I thirst for true power, and not save the strongest of words will suffice. Warrior of Light, you have proven a worthy opponent, but I warn you, treasure every moment with your weapon. For as sure as day follows night, the hour will come when I claim it as mine own. Till we meet again. New Game Plus turned off. Yep, good. Hello. Now we can actually finish Hildibrand. Lied like a rug. Yeah. Oh, none of that actually went in the event log. Ah well. Kind of wanted to read through what he has said. What ho, Mil-chan? Have you seen Greg and his oversized avian companion? Lead me to them at once, and we shall deliver the coup de grace together. The battle has already been won. That is triumphant news indeed. Clearly, the lessons you have learned from me have not been for naught. And what's this, you say? The treaty blade lies hidden somewhere in the nearby wood. Worry not, my ever-loyal associate, for no buried treasure will escape the keen eye of Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Now, which way was the forest again? It's everyone! Mil-chan, what news of the primer and the treaty blade? Remarkable! I knew the Warrior of Light would emerge triumphant. Let us hope that Inspector Hildibrand enjoys similar success in finding the blade. Such design! Such craftsmanship! At once bold and beautiful, yet sensitive and refined. I believe I've found the inspiration for my next masterpiece. Of course they're beautiful. They were the greatest treasures of lost Sildi. To think that they were locked away in the vaults of those that destroyed our homeland and dragged our ancestors' names through the mud. And just how did you come to know of these long-lost relics? There was an ancient scroll passed down in our family, left to us by our dear grandmother. It spoke of the 4 warriors of light, their 4 relics, and an incantation of untold power. If we could have wielded this magic of legend, Ellie and I might still have had the last laugh. Alas, speaking the words had no effect. Only a warrior of light can wield the power, or so the legend goes. What I wouldn't have given to see it. The ultimate achievement of the greatest mages this realm has ever known. And just what sort of incantation is this? The ring casts open the doors of justice. The wise man whispers a verdict true. Azama's virtue shines down from the heavens. To complete the incantation, the warrior of light would then hold forth the treaty blade and speak, "Blade in hand, I swear unto you." The legends differ as to what happens next, but all speak of a great holy radiance shining down from the heavens. Over here, friends! Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, returns with tidings most triumphant. He actually found it. Behold, safe in my hands, none other than the treaty blade, and the real one this time, I swear unto you. Yes, yes, just like that. Oh no. I swear unto you, then... My word, whatever is this odd tingling sensation? Ridiculous! Hildibrand isn't a warrior of light. He's just some fool who thought he could stop the lesser moon with his own bare hands. It would seem the treaty blade is just as confused as the rest of us. It's a good name. A good word. Line. No, the light. Someone stop it. I won't stand to see the legendary power of our forefathers wielded by this muscle-bound buffoon. Skyward ho! The rocket's blasting off again? Well, I dare say that proved to be a most useful incantation indeed. And so the light of justice that shone from the treaty blade banished the shadow, returning peace to the land. So the legend ended. I must say, I never expected it to be quite literally a beam of light. I suppose it wouldn't have been much use to us after all. Inspector! Oh, Inspector! Wait for me! Fool's balls, Hildy! First you almost die at your poor mother's feet, and now you fly off to God's nowhere without even giving her a kiss goodbye. Ho ho ho! It appears that a case of the Wanderlust has once again struck Hildibrand, as it has many a Mandeville man before him. Godspeed, my boy! When the day comes that you tire of mystery solving, your dear old man will be here to pass on to you the family art. So in the end, the Sildin incantation of legend was wielded not by a warrior of light, but a gentleman of light? Well, the treaty blade is some 6 centuries old after all. Perhaps it's not quite as sharp as it used to be, The magic that brought peace and happiness to the people of Balladia. It was every bit as beautiful as I imagined. To think I would see it with my own eyes. It's nothing short of a dream come true. He bumbles and stumbles through yet another case, and still he manages to make a girl's dream come true. Gentleman to the end. The bloody bastard. Safe? Not when you so casually jammed the sword blade into the ground and ruined it? Yes. What's this? A glint in the corner of my eye? A curious scent, wafting in on the winds from a far-flung land? Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged want for succour, I, Hildibrand, shall be there, till we meet again. That was the best way for that to end. Sometimes the line between fool and hero is very thin. Exhibit A. This is how he died the first time. Yup. Ah, is that what I think it is? Hildibrand will return? Question mark? Oh. I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. Well, I got 5,000 gil. That's cool. Got a wind-up gentleman. If Clockwork Hildibrand doesn't quite roll off the tongue, both Minion of Inquiry and Mammoth Extraordinaire are acceptable alternatives. Let's check that out first. No worries. Thanks for sticking around, Silicon. Have a good night. Though he is once more taken to the heavens in a selfless act of sacrifice. Sure. Inspector Hildibrand lives on in the hearts of all whose lives he touched, with his inimitable brand of gallantry, perception, and panache. Wind him up and let him follow you, as only a Mandeville can. A wind-up gentleman. He's great. Excellent. Got a coat and some pants. And I think there was an emote as well. That was the thing I was most interested in. Most gentlemanly. Ah. Slash Hildy. Yes! 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 Best emote. Oh, I love this game. The real goal of this game is getting to all the Hildy stuff. Yes. Oh, it's so good. Wink. Oh, hey. Ah, come back. What was her name? Mushu? Yeah, she showed up for a second. Oh, there she is. Ah, that's cute. Does he respond to any emotes? What is there? Slash pet. Slash beacon. Oh. Well, that was definitely worth the wait. That was really good. Yeah, that was good. Wonder whatever happened to Ultros. Alright. Should we still start 2.1? It's already 7:15. We won't be able to do very much of it. I mean, it's a lot of cutscenes, so we can just start on that story, I guess. And I should go put this in the armoire. Or glamour dresser, whatever it goes in. Where are we on? Horizon. Didn't know it had a little wind up. Nashu. Ah, Nashu, that's it. I forgot her name. Sorry, Nashu. Yeah, that's cool. Alright. Let's go back into New Game Plus. Can I execute while mounted? Okay. Back to the main story. Yeah, so after the Reborn story, there's a bunch of... wrong way. You know, they kept adding chapters in each major patch, so it's 2.1 and 2.2 and all that. Once you get through that story, then that unlocks Heavensward. So let's go start on 2.1. Hi again, Tataru. I've got to say hello. I really like this storyline with what I've done of it so far. It's very much, well, what happens after you save the realm? It's a lot more complicated than that. Let's see who's hanging out. Hey! It's most of the gang, or is it the whole gang? Believe me, I am quite eager to resume active duties and redeem my good name, but I have not forgotten that similar sentiments nearly led me to my doom once before. I will not question the wisdom of our Baldesian colleagues. They have bid me rest, and so I shall. In bringing the struggle against the Empire to a decisive end, the nations of Eorzea spent much of their military strength. I fear the beast tribes have caught scent of this temporary weakness, and will give us scant leave to rest. A hero's work is never done, Mochan. So much has happened in this place. If the walls could talk, such tales they will be able to tell. Just when we dared to believe that peace had arrived, another primal awakens. I say, has there ever been rest for the weary? Yeah, this is when you start unlocking hard mode. Yeah, hard mode, Ifrit and Garuda and Titan. They're not part of the main story, they're just a side thing you can do. Where's my wind-up gentleman? Can't use minions here. The nerve of some petitioners, engaging us as if we were a band of common mercenaries. I should be glad to refuse them all without a second thought. We've made quite a name for ourselves now. The Scions. And our character as well. Our character's a hero. Well known. Minfilia! Hello! Mochan, it pleases me to see you well. Tataru! Tataru! Do excuse me for interrupting, Mochan. My lady, the gentleman from Ashkana Exports has just left. Oh, I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this afternoon. Thank you, my lady. Ever since we defeated Gaius van Belsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavour to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the Syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true. And yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Bardesian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to. Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. I confess, I am conflicted. It may be wise to consult with the others. For a strong change in tone. Story is serious again. Didn't have to talk to Alphinaud. Shtola. Recall you our meeting with the Admiral, shortly after the Lominsons sent word of the summoning of Titan? Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merlwyb that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded. That we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because, owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Lominsons to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Thancred. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated. Oh hell yeah! If only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Melchan. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. Look. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalimo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? Ida? None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles... Neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place of our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now and have done with it. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. "'Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand, while the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labour unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortune so finite." Alphinaud. This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organisation's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Mochan. It sounds like we should just have a big meeting. Alphinaud? Mochan? Is aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Ul'dah. We must do what? So long as we remain within Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organisation to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realise they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an Aetheryte? They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause. which is why it and other favours will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Uldar is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length, and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Morduna. No Aetheryte in Vesper Bay is a war crime. Oh, it sucks, doesn't it? Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory, and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers, who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Uldar and her people over the years. But I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Uldar is our home, Alphenord. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose, which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That will be all, Alphenord. I'm sure you have some familial affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no. I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. Well, seems like she took a little shot at him. Yeah, I like that there's actually a story reason for why there's no freaking Aetheryte here. They're acknowledging it and giving a reason. Yeah, I should stop streaming soon. I should have dinner and also help out with the mount farming. Let's do a little bit more and then I'll finish up. Moving on. Once again, Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Leave Uldar? Has it truly come to this? Oh, Melchan. Pray attend to Alphenord. He is engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphenord awaits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he should have my answer in due time. Okay. Alphenord. Confound it. Confound it. She knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumours. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Philamin was her name, though you may know her better as the Songstress of Uldar. She was a performer of singular talent, and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlayan minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Philomen's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumours have once again begun to circulate that Philomen is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Iliad, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for Lanosia at once. Let us reconvene there, and inquire with Master Gigaruju as to the veracity of these rumours. Nod. Hurrah! Yeah, I think we'll leave it there and I'll have dinner and stuff. So we know next time we're trying to find her adoptive mother, if she is still alive. And we're thinking of moving our headquarters. Okay. Definitely won't be streaming tomorrow. Also the servers are going to be down tomorrow, so that's going to suck. Down for maintenance. But we'll get back to this as soon as we can. I'd like to make a lot of progress in the story. And who is streaming? Oh, Jordan Rasco's streaming again. My current favourite streamer. I'm going to raid her. /raid Jordan Rasco. She's in the middle of a hype train, which is a... she has a little mini game for it where you pay money to like destroy her car and stuff. It's pretty funny. Yeah, good night everyone. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you all next time. See ya.